Right, I've just seen this story, I think a couple of days ago or yesterday. Very interesting. I'm going to make my point very clear at the beginning. This guy is doing his job, and it's regarding an ambulance, an emergency vehicle, was parked on double yellow lines outside a Tesco Express store in Cheshire. So there are some people who are butthurt about this. This is the astonishing moment. A parking attendant tickets an ambulance because paramedics stopped in the scorching heat to get a bottle of water. So there he is. He's parking attendant's ticket because they wanted to. Now, this guy's doing his job. A bystander can be heard saying, "So you're giving a ticket to an ambulance that is on call. They were on call. If their radio goes, they have to go." Exactly. But he says here, however, the parking attendant wearing a LA baseball cap, which means what? What does that mean? It's nonsense. They are getting some food, so they are not on call, are they? Exactly. You know, the thing that I'm worried about is whether this guy is going to lose his job over this. So he's doing his job. There you can see you can see the ambulance. Here it is, and there's the double yellow lines. Here are bollards. They've deliberately done that because people have obviously parked out here before in the past, probably blocking up loads of vehicles here, and they put these here to stop people, and double yellow lines to try and stop people from parking it. The excuse is they couldn't find anywhere, they couldn't park the vehicle. This is a standard, it looks like a Ford, or it could be, I'm not sure whether the make it is, vehicle, sort of like a Transit. I'm sure they could have found somewhere to park it, but they wanted to park outside here because they wanted to get a drink. So therefore, they're not on call. Well, they're on call, but there wasn't a job in Tesco's to attend to a person who was probably passed out or dying or whatever. So they didn't. The law states you will get a ticket if you park on the double yellow line. Now, the parking worker then asks, "Where are the sirens? Where are the sirens? Where are the lights?" A medic who was several hours into a shift then asked the man where he would like her to park the vehicle in the car park. Then, so what if she's been up at 6:15? There are people go to work every day at quarter to 7. I've had nothing to drink, nothing to eat. So you can't find anywhere else to go and park. The medic tells him, "I'm not going to use a disabled space." Exactly, because you're not allowed to park in a disabled space. And you've got double yellow lines, so you're not allowed to park on double yellow lines. Otherwise, you'll get a ticket. So where would you like me to park? Blah, blah, blah. So I'm afraid this woman is entitled. This is an example of an entitled woman who feels that she can park wherever she wants. I mean, look at the vehicle and look at the space that people will have to drive past. Okay. He says the bay, however, she explains that the ambulance does not fit in the bay. That's not his problem. That is she has to take that up with the building management. But this guy's doing his job. So why should you stand there trying to have a go at this guy? She says, "I'm not being funny." I don't see how you can be trying to be funny. "I'm not going to use a disabled space." And then she says, "Where would you like me to park? I've been on since, 7 o'clock. So what? 6:45 in the morning. I've had nothing to drink, nothing to eat. How is it this guy's problem? And now I'd like to go to Tesco to get some water. Again, how is it this guy's problem? Park your vehicle up properly. If you can't park it in there, find somewhere else. He's doing his job. However, the parking attendant continues to give them a ticket. The video was uploaded on Facebook after 10 a.m. on Tuesday by local man Ian French, who was walking past at the time. Walking away, the medic says, "If you ever need an ambulance." So there is a threat there that if he needs an ambulance, they're not going to go. They'll let him die if he's having a heart attack. But the point is, you're not on an official call attending to someone. You want to get a bottle of water. So what's that related to do if you need an ambulance? Well, Mr. French, still filming, says to the woman, "Shame on you." I hope this woman gets reprimanded because she can't see that she's clearly in the wrong. His job is to put tickets on people who are parked illegally. He later added on Twitter, in the full video, the parking attendant said he is proud of what he's done, and he should do. He's doing his job. He should be proud. He's paid. That's what he's paid to do. Oh my God. Are you serious? No, I don't believe it. He tickets the emergency vehicle regardless, while the local man says shame on, etc. The firm which owns the park, here we go, let's see what they say. The firm which owns the car park outside the Tesco, London and Cambridge properties, employs Euro parking services to manage the landfill. A spokeswoman for LCP told the Sun, as owners of Kingsmead Square in Northwich, we are... Hold on a minute. We are, of course, very disappointed to see that members of the emergency service have had an issue with a parking officer. LCP supports all of our emergency services, and our staffs and vehicles are regular visitors to our shopping centres and retail parades across the UK, where they are always welcome. We employ Euro parking services to manage the parking at Kingsmead Square to ensure that everybody that wants to shop can do so without any unnecessary hindrance while using the car park. Oh dear. On this occasion, we do not agree with the parking officer's interpretation of the parking restrictions relating to emergency vehicle. A full review of EPS contract will be undertaken at this site. In the meantime, all enforcement patrols at Kingsmead Square have been stopped, and EPS will not be visiting site again pending. Oh my God. So a guy is doing his job as he's supposed to do, and now it... Letter of the law. What is the law on where emergency vehicles can park? As members of the public pointed out in the footage, the parking attendant in this case is wrong. Really? According to the law set in the Traffic Signals Regulation and General Directions 2002, emergency vehicles may park on double yellow line, white or red lines. But when? It says may. That means if But is that during an emergency, or is it to go and get some food? Ambulance drivers are told they should always consider the safest place to park. However, in the video, the medic explains that her ambulance vehicle will not fit in the bay. So, well, how is that the parking attendant's problem? Yes, they may also use bus lanes if they are attending an emergency. She's not attending an emergency. She's getting some food. The law advises that drivers try and leave the area as soon as possible. However, the park attendant would not even allow them to pop in for a bottle of water on one of the hottest days of the year. This is just nonsense. This is rubbish. I'm surprised. But then, you know what? I'm surprised. Companies these days don't seem to really support their staff. This guy has done what he's supposed to do. Speaking after the incident, this Mr. Twat, French twat, 47, said, I felt so strongly about the unfairness of what was happening that I started filming my iPhone, hoping to bring attention to what was happening to the hard-working paramedics. Oh, Jesus Christ. I believe they were just collecting some food and water 8 hours into their shift. What has that got to do with the parking attendant? He is doing his job. It is a private parking firm working for the landlord, who I believe owns the car park and the businesses around. The parking enforcement signs were only installed a few weeks ago. The locals are not happy about it, nor are some of the businesses. So what you're going to do is you're going to deliberately go out of your way to get a warden sacked from his job. Okay. It's just unbelievable. A ambulance spokesman told the Sun, we are aware of the video circulating on media showing a traffic warden issuing a ticket to one of the ambulance crews, blah, blah, blah. As yet, we have not received notification of a parking fine, and so, should we do so, it will be dealt with through the usual process. Exactly, that's what it should have been done. On social media, the parking attendant has been heavily criticised. I can't, this guy, Chris Hawkins, I can't believe this. The company needs to instruct their staff that emergency services are not in a circus to be given a ticket. Why? They weren't on an emergency. They were going to get something to eat. That is just disgraceful behaviour from this company. The sooner they change their policy, the better, blah, blah, blah. What a job's worth, completely wrong attitude. What was the attitude? He told them that you can't park there. Hasn't he got listen to this, hasn't he got anything better to do? Because I'm damn sure she has. Like getting a well-deserved drink. He's doing his job. That's what he's doing, you dumbass. However, some users said that the medics were in the wrong. Hooray! Someone with common sense. One user said, if they were not on an emergency, then they follow the same rules as everyone else. Millions are working long shifts. It doesn't excuse illegal parking. So, yeah. I think it's the woman had an attitude of entitlement, and I think I don't think there was a problem. The park attendant did what he's supposed to do, and you know, it's a real shame. This poor man is now going to lose. I reckon he's probably going to lose his job because he did what he was doing. But if he does, young man, from me, sue the company, because you shouldn't be losing your job. You followed the rules, as far as I'm concerned, and you know, he shouldn't be penalised for doing his job. Anyway, my 15 minutes is up. Thanks for listening.